Hello and welcome to Dean's Chat. I am Anton Caputo here as always with Dean Claudia Mora. Claudia, how's the summer been going for you?
Well, my summer was pretty hot and dry like yours, I imagine. But I'm really ready for the fall, and we're here at the Jackson School waiting for the students to arrive, and really looking forward to the buzz of activity that happens every fall.
That's great. And I know, of course, the students arrive in just a couple days here. And I understand that you have some good news for the students and everyone else about something that's about to happen in the Holland Family Student Center.
Yes, after 2 years where the Holland Student Center was a dry county, so to speak, we finally are going to have coffee available again. Lucky Lab Coffee Traders is going to be setting up a shop inside the Holland Center. So Peter Flemings and those of you who have been writing to me on a regular basis, wondering where the coffee is, we finally were able to get a new contract.
Well, that's great news for all of us. And I am particularly happy with that. So I know you've also been busy this summer with some changes to the Student Services and Academic Affairs office. Can you kind of tell us what's going on there?
Yes, we made very significant changes in the Student Affairs Office and in the role of the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. And I'm really pleased with our new hires. We brought in Mr. Tim Weiss, who you'll be meeting here in just a few minutes, to be the Director of Student Affairs. He is rebuilding the Student Center, the Student Advising Center, to be a real active, high-touch, student services-oriented business. And also we brought in Dr. Veronica Vasquez, who will be our Executive Director for Academic and Student Affairs, taking on all of the responsibilities previously held by the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, but also having an extra 50% time in which to accomplish things. So I really think it will be a very productive change for the Jackson School.
That's great. And I know you mentioned that you'd like to introduce Tim to the audience in person. So
Yes.
let's bring him on in.
So Tim, welcome. It's great to have you here at the Jackson School. Tim arrived about July 1st, jumped right into the orientation activities without missing a beat. And I thought it would be important for you to have an opportunity to introduce yourself to the community, to tell us a little bit about your background and some of the goals that you have for the Student Advising Center in the Jackson School.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yes, I'm glad to be here, and everybody's been wonderful here. We packed up our things around mid-June, drove a moving truck, and here we are. So everyone's been very welcoming. So a little bit about myself. I started in academic advising in 2009. And have had a very exciting career spanning multiple areas, most of which has been at Arizona State University, both with the College of Nursing and a very small selective group of programs, to my most recent appointment, reorganizing and designing our new student advising center from scratch as a founding director for our liberal arts and sciences college. So I'm excited to begin working with the Jackson School programs. We had our equivalent in the natural sciences over at Arizona State University, and I really have seen a lot of potential and excitement around these topics.
For people who aren't familiar with Arizona State, that is an enormous campus with, I think, almost 100,000 students on it. And so your Student Advising Center was actually an enormous building for the advising work around 27,000 students, undergraduate students, with 3,000 incoming freshmen, or as you put it, 142 different FIGs. So that's a very, very different environment than the Jackson School. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about what your goals are here in this much smaller environment.
Yeah, absolutely. So part of what was so exciting about my last appointment was we were able to look across 19 unique academic departments and really try to figure out what every student should know, understand, and do over the course of their 4 years. That's really honed in what my personal philosophy is for student affairs. And so I'm excited to take those lessons and skills learned and to apply them in a space where we only have about 200 to 250 undergraduates, where you can really make those deeper connections with the students. Because as you mentioned, we were 3,000 strong every fall semester for our freshman class. 2,000 new transfer students yearly, which is good in many ways, but I think some of that personal connection can get lost, and I'm excited to get back around.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Tim. And I really wish you all the best of luck. It's very exciting to have the student center filled again, and to hear some of your plans. I think it's going to be exciting for students as well. You'll share the Student Advising Center space with our graduate coordinator, Philip Guerrero, who I think everyone here knows. He's been here for many, many years in the geosciences, and even Philip has a new role. Philip will also be now the graduate coordinator, not only for the geo students, but also for our EER graduate students. Mm-hmm. Tim, when you arrived, there were a lot of empty offices around yours in the student center. We had a large turnover of staff in the office. This is happening all across campus, actually, as people take on new opportunities in the Austin area. But I thought it was important for you to be able to hand select your team. And I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about the team composition now, who you have. And it's a nice blend of new people and people who have been here for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 5 total roles within the scope of my team. 2 of them, from working here before. So we're very pleased that they're going to be continuing with us. That's Jennifer Jordan, our Career Services Director, and Jeff Halleck, our Academic Advisor, primarily for the EVS program, but certainly he has stepped up and stepped in any way that was needed over the summer. The 3 new roles that we have, we will be adding a second Academic Advising Coordinator. So that's going to be a gentleman named Micah Jackman. He's going to start the first day of classes, which I know his prior department is not too pleased about, but we're happy to have him. He comes with over 7 years of direct advising experience, 5 of which were with the College of Natural Sciences undergraduate population here at UT. Mia Spaniers is going to be joining us as our Student Success Liaison. Think of her role as the concentric circle around what our academic advising and faculty do to connect with our students. So she's going to be scaffolding on various student support initiatives like scholarships and student organizations, tutoring programs, retention, and recruitment activities. And last but not least, Emma Harden is going to be our administrative assistant. She's the one who you'll see at our front desk moving forward, and she's going to oversee all of our front of house operations as well as administrative support for all the processes which report through the Holland Student Family Center. So I'm very pleased to have everybody here, both new and who were here when I arrived, and look forward to working together.
Fabulous, fabulous. I really look forward to working with your team and the integrated approach you're going to be taking now to student services.
Well, that was a great conversation, Claudia. Tim really looks like a great addition to the Jackson School.
Absolutely. He's fantastic.
Now to switch gears a little bit, as part of Dean's Chat, we have always taken questions from the Jackson School community. And it's been a few months since we've had our last Dean's Chat. So this one has sat in the inbox for a while. So I'd like to apologize for that. But it's a question I think that really gets at some issues for people who work out at the Pickle campus, and something that I know you would like to address. So let me start with the question here. Given that about 2/3 of the Jackson School staff works at the Pickle Research Campus, is there anything the dean can do with administration to address the inequities that exist in staff opportunities from main campus versus Pickle campus? For example, COVID testing opportunities, staff training events, gym facilities, and so on.
Yeah, thank you first for the question. I hope it inspires other people to write questions. I hope they are inspired to ask me simpler questions to answer. This one is not easy. The Pickle campus has long been a satellite to the main campus, and it can be sometimes difficult to get the same level of services out there as we have on the main campus. During COVID, we were able, I think, to have a decent number of COVID pop-ups there for testing. And I know I saw the announcements when people were told when they could go for testing. We were able to get a good number of home test kits delivered. But we still have not been able to convince them to reopen the gym. I know this isn't an inconvenience for those of you who like to work and work out close by each other. And I'm told that this is mainly an issue with staffing. Right now, the university has seen a tremendous amount of attrition with staff. So even if they wanted to open the gym, they probably couldn't. And so I can only say that I will continue to request that kind of service for people at Pickle.
And finally, Claudia, I know that you wanted to follow up on the recent message by Julia Clark, the Associate Dean of DEI here at the Jackson School.
Yeah, Julia just sent a message to all hands about our climate survey. It's been a goal of ours for the last 2 years to have a climate survey done for the school. We had to think a lot about the mechanism we wanted to use to deliver the survey. We wanted an objective survey, and we wanted a survey that people felt comfortable was anonymous so that everyone would respond. The approach we're taking is that we have hired an external consultant who has worked successfully with other geoscience institutions in the past. She's helped us prepare an instrument, and she will be here on September 6th explaining the survey, explaining the context of the survey, and launching it. I know there's a town hall for that day. It will be online by Zoom, and I hope everyone has an opportunity to join in and ask the questions you may have of the consultant. We will record that session so that if you're unable to join in person, that you'll be able to watch afterwards. It's so important that we understand how we can improve our community, how we can make this the very best educational environment, the very best workplace possible, the most inclusive workplace possible. Watch for the survey, join in on the town hall, and participate.
Well, thank you so much, Claudia. I think that's another wrap here for Dean's Chat. It's been great chatting with you again, and I would just like to remind the Jackson School community that if you have a question for the dean that you would like to see answered on Dean's Chat, go online to the Jackson School website and look for the dean's office or for the Jackson School communication page. Thank you.
Thanks, and welcome back.